Hope is something we eagerly wait for with expectation and anticipation. Hope is a belief that something better lies ahead and that God is always watching over us. In hope rests our trust in the promises that God has for us, plans to prosper us and give us a future. Hope is knowing that God has already won the ultimate battle by paying the ultimate sacrifice. Next to faith and love, hope is one of the three cornerstones of our faith. Stories and testimonies.
Good evening, everybody. You are looking live for a special that is 5 years in the making. I think I'm hearing an echo on now. Oh, wait, hold on. There we go. Sorry, I was on the wrong screen there. Good evening, everybody. You are looking live as we come to you for a special 5 years in the making. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our 5th anniversary of the Night of Hope special. 5 years ago this weekend, we started a special where we had one goal in mind, and that's sharing hope through worship. A special that we thought was only going to be one and done, until we kept going and we found out that our community rallied around this, and it turned into, in our ministry's history, dare I say it, 5 years ago, it was probably the single biggest moment in Christian Media Spotlight history in changing us from what was once a Northwest television-centric outlet to a multimedia ministry company, and it really set the stage 5 years ago for everything that grew from that point. Without Night of Hope, the doors of a radio network, a syndicated radio show, our Facebook and YouTube social media music hangouts that happen 3 times a week, none of that probably would have never happened had we had not made the decision to launch Night of Hope and keep going during a time when things were difficult. Things were shutting down. We made the decision to keep pressing forward anyway. And here we are, just amazed at what God has done and continues to do. And for that, we celebrate tonight our 63rd edition of Night of Hope and our 5-year anniversary. Nice to have you along with us tonight. As over the next 4 days, yes, we are going on Monday too, for the next 4 nights. We will continue tomorrow at about 3 Eastern, noon Pacific, for about 3.5 hours tomorrow. We'll get as much as we can tonight done in the next hour and a half or so. Here's what we are way late than we were supposed to be today. Here's what ended up happening. So I had to get my phone fixed today. Came back. Traffic was bad. And then I had to go to the station to get new press kit photos done, apparently for their new website, which had to happen at a certain time. Getting back from that, traffic was horrible. So I tried saving some time, shortcut doing the show from a coffee shop I had done before, only to find out that their Wi-Fi speed had gotten way worse. Like the speed was bad enough to where we could not launch the show. So then I had to bite the bullet, even further delays to get home. That's your long story, Cliff Notes short. Here we are. It's been a crazy afternoon, but we're here. We're ready to go. Our 5-year anniversary celebration for the next 4 nights starts now. We'll be with you at, once again, 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific tomorrow. Our kickoff show guest will be Aaron Von Graham. He'll join us tomorrow at the start of hour 1. Also, Sunday night, a special music edition of our hangout, 9:30 Eastern, 6:30 Pacific on Sunday will be night 3 for the anniversary celebration. And then the 4th night runoff will be before Lion's Den at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific for an hour and a half on Monday night for night 4, the grand finale of our anniversary celebration. All right. Yeah, Chris Jensen from the Northeast. It says a lot of your travel too, you never probably would have done with the guys and me. That's right. And you guys have been some of my closest friends ever since. And that's probably one of the things that I can't overstate enough uh, is just the community, the friendships, the lifelong friendships that I have made and built as a part of the show that I probably would not have ever known otherwise. And so I do not take that for granted one single bit. Thank you, Mary Beth. Yes, congratulations. Great to have everyone with. Please share with your viewing audience. Share it out. Get these algorithms going, everybody, over this next. I miss seeing my sister Angie and Damien on. We are working on getting some more new stuff from them. They will be hopefully back with us, Mary Beth. So we're looking on getting everybody on board with us here. All right, let's do this. My guest that you're seeing right now for at least the first 45 minutes, maybe we'll just keep her on for the whole thing tonight. You never know as long as she's available. She is from Northern California, Stonyford, as it were, I do believe. She has been a fantastic support, not only of our partner ministry, Red's Room, but also here on Christian Media Spotlight as well. She is graciously with us, bearing with us through the delays and the early going today. She's here with us, here to sit in with us and also play a few songs as well for us. It's the one and only Krystal Craven. Krystal, good evening to you, my friend. Thank you. How are you?
Always nice. I'm doing well. Yeah. It's been an interesting afternoon and I've been on standby, and you know what? Working on things as I've waited, and God's worked it out, right? No worries.
Amen. So how has things been for you in this last little bit of time since you've joined us, just musically and otherwise? How's this season been for you?
It's been interesting, actually. Like, I started a limbic system program, like, to heal my body. Like, I think I've talked to you about it before. It might have been on Red's Room, that last year I had done like a healing intensive for like abuse victims of sexual abuse. And so like God just healed so much of my mind and my spirit, and that, and like restored me. And now it's like he's doing the body part. And so the connections that have been so messed up in my body is starting to heal, and it's weird and it's awesome. And yeah, and I don't even know how to fully describe that.
No, yeah, it's the whole picture, because I think people sometimes, unless you really walk with the Lord, sometimes you don't understand. In some people, in some cases, there is something to be said about what happens and the stressors in your life and the things that happen can have a parallel between the spiritual aspect and what manifests itself in your health and in your well-being. That there's a parallel between the two sometimes. And once you sometimes experience, for some people, healing at a different level spiritually, sometimes the health comes right along with it, and you begin to experience a new level of healing in your health too as a result.
Yeah, and so I mean, we're made in a triune nature, so if we only focus on one or two parts, there's still that third part, and it's all interconnected. Yeah. So yeah,
and that's a lot of times in this day and age, that's the part that oftentimes gets ignored, is the healing from the spiritual, emotional, that side of things. Yeah.
Well, and I've come to realize, like, my body has been so stuck in like fight flight mode for so many years that like I didn't even realize how much havoc it was wreaking in my body. And now that I've started to heal through that and like actually feel calm, like I thought I was calm before, and it was like, no, I don't have anxiety. I'm not like, and now I'm like, oh no, there was definitely a difference.
We've kept each other calm, right, Krystal?
Yes, we have, Lisa.
Kept me calm over here a little bit too, this last little bit since we've gone on the air. Cassie, good evening to you. Parallel is a word on my fridge. Parallel is one of those interesting words. Yes, it's a fantastic word. What's up, Andrew? Good evening to you. Nice to see you. Welcome into our 5th anniversary celebration of Night of Hope. We're celebrating 5 years of sharing hope through worship over the next 3 or 4 nights. Krystal Craven is our guest with us for this night tonight. We'll be with you for probably about an hour and a half or so before we call it a night for night one, because we don't want to override Red's Room a terrible amount. We try not to counter program each other too much, especially since we share. I think I can speak sort of for Red on this one. We share, since we've gotten together, a lot of the similar audience. So we're like one big happy conglomerate family in here. So we try not to go against each other too much unless we absolutely have to. But that's another one of the things I think that's been absolutely fantastic since the Night of Hope series that we launched. And about a month and a half after Night of Hope launched, Red's Room Online, the online version that we all know, launched in May. So, and then within a year later, because of us both doing that and hearing God in our own, we need to do this sort of walks, we were able to meet up, and that opened up a whole new world of possibilities. Debbie, how you doing? Good to see you. Grateful for having you here and your support. Good to see you, Debbie. Hope you are doing well. Howdy to you. Good to see you. Welcome into the program. Now, if you thought she was just gonna, chat with us, well, that's gonna happen throughout the course of this next hour and a half too. But she also has a song or two to play for you as well. Let's get into the first one now, shall we?
Okay.
What is one of the tunes that you have selected to play for us tonight and bless our audience here on this anniversary celebration with?
Yeah, so I'm going to start with I'm Letting Go. And that's like the forgiveness journey song that I had written. Now it's been like 3 years. And when I first wrote this, I was really struggling with forgiveness. And I pretty much was like, okay, I'm going to go to therapy. I'm going to work through the trauma, and then it got worse because my brain's like, I don't want to do that. And I was getting to that point where I'm like, okay, I do need to forgive. I know that God says that we're to forgive. I don't know how, and I was talking to my pastor, my husband and I both went to him because my husband's like, I want to kill people, if I could find him, I'll kill him, and I'm like, yeah, let's not do that. That's not a godly perspective, and he's like, oh, I know. And so we just met with our pastor, and something that he had said too, I was like, I feel a sense of justified in it, but also guilty where, oh no, my camera just went away.
Oh.
Uh-oh. Let me see if I can fix that. Oh.
It's been that kind of night around here.
It really has.
Oh, okay. There we are.
Oh, there we go. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. But I really was like, I don't even want them to have salvation, and it was like, I know that's wrong, but I also feel like, well, they did something worse than I've ever done, and I'm like, and logically, I know what Jesus says about sin and things like, there's no levels of sin. So that's not true, but I can't help but feel it, And he said to focus on Jesus and not the transgressors, and pose this question to me: that isn't Jesus worthy of the full reward that he died to get and that he paid for? And so if that means the people who abused me, I should be okay with that. And I was like, oh yeah, he is worthy. But why do you want them, Jesus? It was all these questions and trying to wrestle with that. And it actually, I wrote this song because he also told me that forgiveness isn't a light switch. It's a journey, and our sanctification journey takes a lifetime. And so sometimes there's just some things that happen to us that it could take longer to fully get to that point of forgiveness. And I wrote this, and then it's so funny to me because it was just within this last year. There's a line in here that says, Jesus, how did you forgive when you hung up on that tree? And I kept asking okay, I want to get there. And it was very humbling the way he met me in it, because he said, your perspective's in the wrong place, because you're not hanging on a tree dying for the sins of the world. perfect and being faced with sinners. You're down there with them mocking me. And I'm like, oh, like, yeah. And so when I put myself in my proper place as a sinner alongside the people who abused me, it was humbling. And it was like, yeah, I have unforgiveness for sure. And I need to keep working through that. And I have gotten to that place. And of course, forgiveness is a weird thing, right? We can lay things down at the foot of the cross, and then one morning we wake up, our brain decides, hey, let's process some more stuff. And then you're like, oh no, more unforgiveness. Okay, Lord, I need to set this back at your feet.
Multiple layers of it you find as you go along. Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's a process. But that's where this song came from. And the really coming to the recognition of I need to really just focus on the cross, because his blood not only covered my sin, but covered those sins against me. And so regardless of their salvation, if they ever come to the Lord, that sin was still covered. And that's where the healing comes from, is through the cross, regardless, of whether or not they apologize, whether or not they see justice on this side of eternity, like one way or another, it is getting covered. And so, yeah. Oh.
Yeah, yes, he is worthy, says Cassie. And Debbie says to forgive and to ask forgiveness is hard, but once you do, it's pure freedom. I have had a hard time in the past with self-forgiveness. Yeah. Good stuff, Debbie. Lisa said it's like grief. It still can come out of the blue. It can catch you off guard at times, or it's like, oh, there's that level. Like, oh, that's still there. Like you sometimes don't know if somebody has wounded you at a deep level. Sometimes it takes a little bit of digging to get to that level that's underneath and go, oh, and you really start to realize it isn't just a surface wound. It was a knife that cut a little deep. And so sometimes you got to get in there in that crevice to really experience a certain level of healing in that regard.
Yeah. And there's just certain things too, like it goes so far past the dermis, like it touches your soul, and like there's nothing that we could ever do to actually heal apart from Jesus. Like I love therapy. I think therapists and counselors are great. I did EMDR, and like there's a place for that. But ultimately, if we're not open to letting Jesus come in and fully surrender that to him, we'll never actually heal, And there's something I wanted to, in reading your comment, Deborah, I felt like I had a hard time with self-forgiveness until I realized that we're never actually called to forgive ourselves in the Bible, but we are called to receive forgiveness. And so that's an interesting concept. And it's like, if we feel like we can't forgive ourselves, that's just our pride, that we think that we should hold on to something that even Jesus hasn't held on to. He casts our sin as far as the east is from the west, and he has said it is finished. So who are we to say, but for me, it's not? We just need to actually receive that forgiveness and surrender our perception, our pride, or whatever it is, right? Pride's a really fickle thing. It goes so deep. And God's been working with that on me too. It's like, it goes so much deeper than like an arrogance. It's like even just elevating my thoughts, my opinions, my feelings above what his word says is pride. But yeah.
And it's a finite balance for a lot of humans. I've learned to walk between pride and what is perceived as a humble confidence. There's a total shift between the two when you're able to move forward in humility and confidence, as opposed to there's a humility and a confidence that says, yes, I'm out here, I'm doing all this, but it's not to make my name known. It's to love others, to serve others well, and to exalt that name above mine. And whereas pride is all about, what have you done for me lately? And serving.
It's all self-focused with the pride, and humility is thinking about others more than ourselves. Yeah, that's actually something we're going through. I do a youth worship program at church, and we're going through humility right now. And it's like, it's not thinking less of yourself. It's just thinking of yourself less, putting others above yourself. Just keeping us in our proper place, right?
A gentle little reality check,
right? I mean, and that's the reason we get so like offended by people too, is our pride, right? Like we feel entitled in some way to be treated in a certain way. And it's like, yeah, but the Bible says the only thing we deserve is death because that's the wages of our sin. So really, if we just lower our expectations of people and recognize we're all filthy, rotten sinners and prone to react in our flesh, we won't be so offended by people, and we can just be like Jesus, have compassion on them, which is way easier said than done.
It's true. It's true.
Oh.
Here's Krystal with our first song of the night right here on this Night of Hope, our 5th anniversary celebration, as we're celebrating 5 years tonight of sharing hope through worship.
How do I forgive all the wrongs done to me? Jesus, how did you forgive when you hung upon that tree? All the memories of the wrongs done to me, it's haunting. But I need freedom from bitterness, 'cause it's so daunting. Oh, forgiveness, this journey is so long, so much hurt to heal from, and so much wrong. Oh, forgiveness, I'll keep walking down this road. I may be walking for a lifetime until heaven's my abode. When I remember all you did on that cross, you deserve to get the full reward for your cause. All the sins against me are paid for, yes, they're covered. But you can heal all of me, all the hurts that I suffered. Oh, forgiveness, this journey is so long, so much hurt to heal from, and so much wrong. Oh, forgiveness, I'll keep walking down this road. I may be walking for a lifetime until heaven's my abode. Oh, I'm letting go, letting things fall where they land. Releasing my transgressors, God, in your hand. I'm lifting up my weary hands. I want your burden that is light. I just want to worship you, my God, be pure in your sight. Oh, I'm letting go, letting things fall where they land. Releasing my transgressors, God, in your hand. I'm lifting up my weary hands. I want your burden that is light. I just want to worship you, my God, pure in your sight. But I need forgiveness for my unforgiving heart. Know that I'm not there yet, this is the start. I need forgiveness for not loving like you do. Help me forgive my transgressors, God, love them like you do. Oh, forgiveness, this journey is so long, so much hurt to heal from, and so much wrong. Oh, forgiveness, I'll keep walking down this road. Maybe walking for a lifetime till heaven's my abode. Oh, I'm letting go, letting things fall where they land. Thank you for your forgiveness, for making me so clean. Through all my sin and shame, I know that I am seen. Thank you for your forgiveness, for your perfect sacrifice. For my sins and the sins against me, you have paid the price. Forgiveness. I need your forgiveness. Thank you for your forgiveness.
Indeed, Krystal Craven. It's part of our Night of Hope 5th anniversary. It's our 63rd edition of Night of Hope as we're sharing hope through worship and celebrating 5 years. My image came back on the air because I think every couple of minutes.
Yeah, something's happening with my camera for some reason.
It wants to go dark just spontaneously. So I came back on early when I did. But yeah. We're over the next 4 days, of course, we're going to be showcasing just a lot of what the Night of Hope series has been. Over the next 4 days, you're going to hear different community members share a lot about what CMS and what the Night of Hope series has meant to them. You're going to see some brand new video submissions over the next 3 or 4 days. You're going to see some look back moments at some of the more classic songs of our Night of Hope series, including we're going back all the way to number 1, our first edition, for a couple of those moments. And of course, we'll have in studio, sort of in virtual studio guests like this here over the next 4 days. So we're trying to do our best to encompass what Night of Hope has done over the next 3 or 4 days. Again, we'll be with you for about another hour tonight, and then of course we'll be with you starting at around 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific tomorrow for about a little over 3.5 hours tomorrow. Aaron Von Graham will be with us in hour 1, and then we've got a lot of stuff to get through tomorrow and of course the next 3 or 4 days. It's great to have you with us here and throughout this weekend as this Night of Hope anniversary weekend celebrating 5 years. Fantastic song, Krystal, by the way. We'll at least hear another song from Krystal. Krystal will be with us here for the bulk of our program tonight. We'll also try to get to several testimonials and or videos tonight before we land off the air tonight. So we'll get to those here in just a little bit with Krystal here. Now, Krystal, what's up next for you in this near term? What are some of the things that you've got going on and that you'll be working on musically and or otherwise? What's this upcoming spring season look like for you?
Well, in light of like healing physical stuff, God's been really pushing and driving me to start knocking on doors to be able to get guest lead and kind of branch out and travel a bit, which sounds so scary to me because I'm so used to living with major chronic illness that there's so much that is like getting better as time goes on and I'm healing that I know mentally that that's not going to be a problem. But at the same time, it's just scary and having to trust God entirely. It's like, okay, you're going to really heal me and you're prompting me to do this. So I've started knocking on doors in a sense and like lining things up and schedule things. I also am still working slowly but surely on recording my long list of music that's like that song that is not out yet, but will hopefully be relatively soon, and along with a whole plethora of things, and like the one with Rob Reed. I keep waiting for when I can actually do that. It's gonna happen soon.
Is he still waiting on your vocal pieces for that?
He's waiting on me now. He sent me his pieces and then I need to get them all plugged in and then I need to harmonize with him. And yeah, it's kind of a bounce back and forth, but you know, all in God's time. And that's where like this whole like healing process, it's calm. It is what it is. It'll get done in his time, you know, no matter the glitches with technology or bodies, you know.
It'll happen when it's supposed to happen, and it'll reach whoever it's supposed to reach. We just have to keep pushing forward in what we do. It's Krystal Craven is here with us. Glad to hear that. Hopefully, those releases will be coming down the road here. she's with us on an all new edition, Night of Hope 63. It's our 5th anniversary celebration as we're celebrating 5 years of celebrating Hope Through Worship. 5 years ago, of course, we landed ourselves on the well,
we're having a lot of issues tonight, aren't we?
the light meets the dark. It sounds like a 10th Avenue North album. It was. Celebrating. See, if you can't laugh at yourselves, who can you laugh at? That's what we do around here. See, we're not laughing at, we're laughing with each other. That's the whole goal.
Yeah. Oh no, you can laugh at me. I'm totally fine with that.
Oh well, okay. She's giving me permission now. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Like that can of worms is getting open.
Oh yeah, that just happened. Yeah. So, it's our 5th anniversary here of Night of Hope. Of course, over the next 4 nights, we're celebrating the best of what Night of Hope is, with a variety of guests joining us. We have a lot of music submissions, latest submissions from artists to get to. We also have lookbacks at some of the past Night of Hope moments. We also have some testimonials from folks who are describing their own words, either what CMS or what the Night of Hope series has meant to them over the course of this next 4 days. So awesome there. All right, now before we get into a couple of video submissions there from folks in the hour we have on the air still. Thank you very much, Andrew. Appreciate you. Of course, we do the Night of Hope series. We do, obviously, the music hangout series every couple of days, 3 times a week, Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Obviously, we have the 24-hour radio network, obviously, our once a week syndicated show. Night of Hope has landed kind of on a schedule where it's pretty much every 4 weeks. I think the next one will be pre-Easter weekend, I think. The next one we landed on will be on Friday, April 18th. That'll be the next one. After this one, it'll be Spring Fling. Night of Hope 64 is a little pre-Easter weekend of Night of Hope. So that'll be our next one after the anniversary show. So every 4 to 5 weeks, we share Hope Through Worship. And of course, our 3rd episode of Night of Hope, we asked, and I've shared this several times, but we asked what we deem our spotlighter community, how would you classify? Of course, CMS, Andrew, CMS has been around for 18 years now, but 5-year anniversary is this particular series. This Night of Hope series is what we're celebrating 5 years on. The ministry's been around for 18 years. Night of Hope has been around. This series we're celebrating 5 years now since it launched on the air as a subsidiary, as a sub brand, if you will, of CMS. And
CMS baby.
It is a CMS baby, and it grown and matured awful quick, let me tell you. But one of the things that we asked before our 3rd edition was, how would you describe the Night of Hope series? A slogan, if you will, a tagline. And we put a few out there, and the one that resonated the most, we kind of took informal votes and bantered around. What was settled on, which has been our tagline for the last number of years since the 3rd edition, was sharing hope through worship. That's what they described. That's what this series meant to them. We're sharing hope through worship, through the music. That's what we're doing, radiating throughout the airwaves. And so that's something that's just kind of, if you look at our Night of Hope logo, that's what's been a tagline right there with it. So did you have some thoughts on what it meant too there? Your wheels were turning there.
I know. I was like, oh my gosh, you're going to put me on the spot right now to come up with something new that's not already there.
No, it's already been done. It's already been done. No, it's just
I'm like, are we rebranding or
no. That's already been done. So yeah, that's already been done. So even
I also was looking at Elizabeth's comment on like Facebook, basically saying she's misusing features or something.
I misused that. But thank you, Andrew, for your kind words. I definitely do appreciate it. Thank you. And hello, Miriam. Good to see you tonight. But yeah, so this community, we're all about interaction and investment. You guys can take great investment in the fact that this tagline was developed by you guys. I didn't have anything to do with that. This was all you guys with that tagline. So impromptu is the way to go. We specialize.
Definitely the most entertaining, right?
It is very entertaining. That's part of the gravitas of this show, if you will. Did I just use a 25-cent word? I think I did. Anyway, speaking of impromptu, let's get into another song, shall we? Do you have another song you'd like to share for us?
Yes. How many more do I get? I'm like,
at least one more. We may have time for. We'll maybe try to sprinkle in another one as we get towards the end of our program tonight, for sure.
Okay. Well, let's do this one. This one's also another that has not been released. Shocker.
I'm noticing a trend here.
Right? So yeah, this one's on prayer. What do you know? Like praying without ceasing, because it's so hard. You know, we get so wrapped up in our own minds and like all the things we've got to do in a day. And next thing we know, we're like, oh yeah, I have not talked to my dad today, you know, and like I've not been in tune with God. And so like I know for me, emotion, like a good like check moment for me is like, oh, am I getting emotionally overwhelmed right now? I probably haven't prayed today. Probably have not been in tune with God in that way. And like just sitting, have you ever like been in a prayer meeting and you're like sitting and so much time could go by, but it feels like hardly any, and it's just so edifying, and like you could just like, like, yes, I'm just with you, God. And it's yeah. So that's what the song is about. And like when we were doing a discipleship group at church, like that was one of the things that had come up where it's like, yeah, it's hard to have that like solid prayer without ceasing prayer life, you know, and not necessarily just like we have like little habits, right? Like, oh, when we eat something or when we go to bed and whatnot, but there's so much more involved in a sense of like when we see Jesus, he'd often get away to a desolate place and pray, you know, and then we also look and go, and he was humble and he was kind, he was compassionate, he didn't sin, and go, oh, maybe that's the key to being more like him, right? Is that aspect of the abiding relationship is prayer is a part of that. And by reading our Bibles and praying, and it's like the breath in and the breath out, right? Mm-hmm. So this is called Pray, Pray, Pray. Another fun story about that, though, the reason that it is 3 times is when we used to serve at a special needs orphanage in Mexico. And it was a couple of years where we would go down every single week or every single month, a weekend out of the month. And there was one girl in particular, Ange, and she wasn't super verbal with her special needs. And like when it was time to pray for meals, or like when we'd gather the kids and pray, kids, they were adults, but the kids, and we'd say, okay, you ready to pray, Ange? And she would just clasp her hands and go, pray, 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 pray. And so that was like the most verbal that she could get with it. And it was just such a sweet thing. She has since passed, but it's kind of a cool tie-in and nod because I miss my, like I call them my Mexico family. But yeah, this is Pray, Pray, Pray.
Krystal Craven right here on the 5th anniversary of Night of Hope, our 4-day spectacular event tonight.
How busy this life can be, to be blind to my own need, to connect with you, my God. The days flash by and I forgot. I need to pray, pray, pray throughout my day. Oh, I am getting so weary, my eyes are all teary. Yes, I need to talk with you, God. Oh, how I yearn to get away, to spend some time alone to pray, being still and sit before the throne, knowing God and being known. I need to pray, pray, pray throughout my day. Oh, my emotions releasing, I'll pray without ceasing, 'cause I want to talk with you. need to pray, pray, pray throughout my day, day, day. Oh, I am getting so weary, my eyes are all teary, 'cause I need to talk with you. Need to pray, pray, pray throughout my day, day, day. Oh, my emotions releasing, I'll pray without ceasing, 'cause I want to talk with you. God, I need to pray throughout my day. I get caught up in so many things. Kids, work, chores, then the phone rings. But help me to keep in mind that every second's a good time. I need to pray, pray, pray throughout my day, day, day. Oh, my emotions releasing, I'll pray without ceasing, 'cause I want to talk with you. I need to pray, pray, pray throughout my day, day, day. Oh, my emotions releasing, I'll pray without ceasing, 'cause I want to talk with you. God, I need to pray throughout my day. I need to pray, pray, pray.
Pray, 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 right here on Night of Hope, our 5th anniversary celebration here tonight. We will also hear another song from Krystal towards the end of our program. We'll play for you a couple of videos and a couple of testimonials here in a quick moment. Krystal Craven is our co-host with us tonight. Christy Rushing says, oh, at least it was better timed this time for that to happen. Christy Rushing says, love the vibe. Happy anniversary, says Casey. Give glory to God. We certainly do. Praise God for CMS, says Miriam. Thank you very much. Awesome stuff there. Love the song, Krystal, says Miriam. Cassie says, I'm working on a similar song. Need your help. It's inspired by a sweet little boy named Moses. Aww.
Oh, that would be cool.
Great
Collab.
song. Collab. Great song, Krystal, says Christy. There you go. So heartfelt, says Spud. Yes, indeed. It's the Night of Hope. Sharing Up Their Worship, our 63rd edition tonight. Awesome to have everyone with us tonight. We have a few videos and a few testimonials that we are going to get to tonight here. We'll just get a couple of these out of the way to play for you tonight. A couple of folks stopping in to say hi. Also, a couple of videos that are some new stuff that artists have sent in for us. And of course, in about a half hour or so towards the closing of this broadcast, we'll have another tune from Krystal Craven tonight as well. So lots to get to tonight. Let's get into one of our first videos of, like, I don't know, what's the last count? 60 or 65 new submissions that we have over the next 4 days. Ha! Yikes. So many artists that we've gotten to feature over the course of this last little bit. But, and Cindy says, loved your song on forgiveness. Of course, yeah, she played the first song on forgiveness, second song on prayer. What's her third song going to be, though? We'll find out here in just a little bit from right now. One of the artists that we've had a chance to feature, really, I think we featured him. He's one of our OGs since Night of Hope number 3, our 3rd edition back in summer of 2020. Oh, we're up to 78 now, says our assistant talent coordinator, Lisa, over there. 65, 78, give or take 13, whatever. It's all good. We featured his music since Night of Hope number 3. He's coming at you now with a acoustic video that we've never shared on here before. I'm talking about the one and only Collington. That's right. And he's kind of from the California area. He's down in Southern California, I think, near the San Diego area. Here is his tune, Beyond It. as we continue our Night of Hope anniversary celebration, as we're celebrating 5 years of sharing hope through worship here on this Friday night and the next 4 days. Collington now. Here is the acoustic version now of his tune, Beyond It. Collington right here as we continue. Night of Hope 63 or 63rd edition. Sharing hope through worship.
Slow it down, 'cause there's voices in my head. We've been through this, and I thought that we were beyond it. Oh, and I can't see clearly. Oh, and I don't know how to be. 'Cause I know I'm not letting go. 'Cause it's hope, it's not in me. Speeding up, it's different in the moment than it was when I played this in my mind. 'Cause I get knocked down again, I get knocked down, I get knocked down, I getting up again. Oh, not now. 'Cause I get knocked down again, I get knocked down, I get knocked down, you're freaking out. 'Cause I know I'm not letting go. 'Cause it's hope, it's not in me, it's not in me. Oh no, it's not in me. 'Cause in all my life, 'cause in all my life, what's strong is me. It's me. 'Cause I know I'm not letting go. 'Cause it's hope, it's not in me, it's not in me, it's not in me, it's not in me.
That is Collington and Beyond It, the acoustic version right here on Night of Hope 63, as we're sharing hope through worship, our 5-year anniversary celebration over the next 4 days. Man, what a way version-wise to start that off. My goodness. And yes, one of our assistant talent coordinators over here. Keep joining us the next 4 nights 78 artists from all over independent, from Night of Hope 1 to the OGs to brand new to us and everywhere in between. Yes, indeed. Wow. So good, says Christy Rushing. Lovely, says Elizabeth there. What a voice and song, says Miriam. Good evening, everyone. Great music. Isn't it, though? All kinds of good stuff tonight. Great song. The lady who sang before that was good, too. She's still here. We're going to hear another one from her here in just a little bit. Krystal Craven, our co-host tonight for night one of our anniversary spectacular. Gorgeous song, says Lisa. Cool guitar, says Christy. Yeah, it is Night of Hope. And Cindy was saying, Krystal, I'm actually working on a song about pride, justification, and sanctification. It's a very slow work in progress along with everything else that I do or don't do.
Oh, I'm right there with you, Cindy. Everything we do or don't do.
Or don't do. You're familiar with the slow process as of late.
Yes. Love it, though. Such good topics. Oh, man.
Oh, hello. Missed you guys. This is Dana Elizabeth. San Diego is 2 hours from me. Happy anniversary. Thank you. Appreciate that. Celebrating 5 years with you guys. Even longer than that if you predate Night of Hope. Hey, just call me Alan, LOL, or it's me, Lisa. Don't eat. Oh, that's what you are on here. Let me tell you what. We have a network, and I like to think we give credit where credit's due on this program. We have a network of about 11 or 12 different talent coordinators. You see their names on the credits who funnel us talent, who keep this thing going, who provide us with enough content to feed our many platforms that we work with. So we like to thank all of them. Our primary, of course, I serve as lead talent coordinator, but Red and Lisa, let me tell you, those two funnel and corral a lot of talent, more than most, on this show. So the work you guys do
they have a real talent for corralling talent.
Talent for talent, yes. Corralling the Night of Hope series and for our sister Night of Hope series, you guys are just, they take a lot off my plate, along with a bunch of other folks who take a lot off my plate, just corralling all of these submissions, all of these, and just take some work off my plate, because it takes a village. The way CMS has grown, it takes a village to keep this thing running, because this thing is way beyond just a one-man show now. So you all are fantastic. We'll hear another song from Krystal coming up here in just a little bit of time from right now. But also, over the course of this next, Lisa helps me to know how to send my song. See, we all help each other here on. That's what we do. One of the things that we are going to be doing over the next couple of days as well is we're going to be sharing a lot of testimonials as well of what CMS and what Night of Hope has meant to them. And we're going to be sharing this, but we're also going to be sharing a song from him as well. Here to stop by to send a greeting and a hello to us and a congratulations is a gentleman. He was from Tennessee at one time, but his home, where he's from, and he is once again now from the Pacific Northwest, is our good friend, Tom Taylor. Here is Tom with an anniversary greeting for us as he stops by to say hello on our 5th anniversary.
Hey everyone, Tom Taylor here on this gloriously cloudy yet still beautiful Northwest day here on the beach at Seahurst Park in Burien, Washington, near Seattle. And I just wanted to wish Night of Hope a happy 5th anniversary. Your ministry is very important, not just to indie artists like myself, but also to Christian music fans, of course, and to worshipers. So just keep up the good work, Joe, and everyone else behind the scenes. I'm sharing a video of a song that I wrote from a few years ago, and I don't really look like this anymore. But I'm going to also share a little a cappella excerpt of it for you. So here goes. I'll praise you in the darkness, and I'll praise you in the light. Where the things are going wrong are going right. If I'm standing in the valley or standing on the mountain, You're the only constant in my life. Hey everyone, Tom Taylor here on this.
Yes, there you go. Thank you very much, Tom Taylor, for the kind words and for sharing a little a cappella little excerpt there of what you are about to see here in a couple of seconds from right now. Here is Tom Taylor. The song that he was mentioning that he's going to share, that's a few years old, but it's not a song we've ever shared here on Night of Hope. It's this one right here from Tom Taylor. The tune is called You Are Faithful, Oh Lord. Indeed, he is. Tom Taylor right now from the great Pacific Northwest. You saw where he was. He's up in the Burien area near Seattle. And yes, this time of year, it can be notoriously cloudy at times. Yes, it can. It was that kind of day around here today. We'd like to actually refer to it as wait 5 minutes and you'll get something different. That's what we call it around this time of the year. It's a little bit sporadic. Rusty Drake, good evening to you. Hey. From Michigan. We'll be back there in August. Right now.
From the breaking of the dawn to the setting of the sun, you are faithful, O Lord. My heart to the mending of the same. You are faithful, O Lord. Help me keep my focus on you. Help me keep my trust in you. I'll praise you in the darkness, and I'll praise you in the light, where the things are going wrong, going right. Standing in the valley, standing on the mountain, you're the only constant in my life. My birth into this world, my last dying breath, you are faithful, Lord. The joy of victory, my sins are full mess, you are faithful, O Lord. Focus on you. Let me keep my trust in you. I'll praise you in the darkness, and I'll praise you in the light, where the things are going wrong, going right. If I'm standing in the valley, or standing on the mountain, you're the only constant in my life. And I'll praise you in the darkness, I'll praise you in the light, where the things are going wrong, going right. If I'm standing in the valley, I'm standing on the mountain, you're the only constant in my life. Help me keep my focus on you. Help me keep my trust in you. Help me keep my focus on you. Help me keep my trust in you. And I'll praise you in the darkness, and I'll praise you in the light, where the things are going wrong, going right. I'm standing in the valley, I'm standing on the mountain, you're the only constant in my life. Darkness, I'll praise you in the light, where the things are going wrong, going right. If I'm standing in the valley, I'm standing on the mountain, you're the only constant in my life.
Oh man, Tom Taylor, you are faithful, oh Lord, right here on Night of Hope, our 5th anniversary celebration here as we're sharing hope through worship. Good stuff there. Love this, Tom Taylor. As Cindy Sounds good, Tom Taylor, says Christy. Sounds good, says Regina. Great song, Tom. There's no way, Jose. Lee says, Tom, this is my favorite of yours that I scrolled through. I'm so happy it sent a new love for you. Great stuff. Krystal Craven is our guest. Enjoying some of the tunes as well, in addition to, performing and doing all the things here.
Oh, yeah. I love it. It's so weird being on this side of it. Normally I'm on the other side with the keyboard, just like texting away.
Now, you've gotten to do that. This isn't her first rodeo, doing the co-hosting thing. You've got a little bit of the hosting bug as well over on Red's Room. What do you enjoy most about being on the other side of that coin, doing the hosting thing? What is it about you found that you actually relatively enjoy about it?
Well, I like engaging in conversation with people and like getting to if you know me, like on any personal level, you'll know I ask so many questions, and it's like, that's how I learn about people. It's how I understand where they're coming from, their perspectives, their expectations, their feelings and stuff. And so getting to be like in a place, in a space where that's perfectly acceptable and not annoying is really cool. It's like they come on expecting, I'm going to ask you a lot of questions and I'm going to get in your personal life because I want to hear about it. And then I'm sure everyone else does too. So let's just have some fun and be edified while the Lord is glorified and all is fair. I always end up ending mine with a silly question. And I kind of keep a running list of them. And then I have to keep track, who did I ask what to? So I don't ask them the same silly question.
So you at least have one silly question per.
Yep. It's like a palate cleanser, because sometimes the things that we get into with certain artists, it can get pretty deep, and it's like, okay, let's cleanse the palate, get a little bit of levity in there, and then move along to the next one, and we'll just see where it goes.
Spud, I think that's probably how our sacred question came to be. That's probably how it happened. I would imagine. But yes, it is Night of Hope. So we got another song before we slide out and kind of let Red's Room do its thing. We've got another tune from Krystal coming up here in just a little bit. So don't go anywhere on us now. We've got some more where that came from, but I want to do another testimonial or two out of the way, because for those of you who have been here the last 5 years of our Night of Hope show, and even our music hangouts, one of what would be a cool question to ask Bill Walden? I don't know. One of the things that one of the classiest gentlemen around here is Mr. Rock and Ron. Of course, he provides Rock and Ron's pick of the night every time that he's on a hangout. And you know where he's at tonight? He's hanging out with one of our favorites. He has come up here. I spent some time with him when he was on the Extreme Tour. We taped an episode of CMS from a coffee shop right across the street. I'm talking about the one, the only Brendan Brooks. Everybody's where he's hanging out tonight. But did you know he couldn't let this night and he couldn't let this occasion go by without, that's right, saying hello and happy anniversary tonight of Hope with the one and only Brendan Brooks. Rock and Ron, take it away, sir. What say you?
5 years, happy anniversary. And I got a special guest that wants you to wish you a happy anniversary as well.
Everybody, it's Brendan Brooks. Good to see you, and congratulations to 5 years.
Why, thank you, sir. Rock and Ron Carino alongside Brendan Brooks. Good to see Brendan again as we celebrate 5 years of the Night of Hope. See, you thought that the camera would have done that during the video part, but
Right?
Nope. It just has a mind of its own.
I'm pretty sure my
another one
camera's
who
just
wants to say hello tonight on our 5-year anniversary is the one, the only Chris Pick. He is from Pennsylvania. And here he is right now, Chris Pick, right here as we continue our 5-year anniversary celebration, as we will continue sharing what CMS means, some look backs, some current stuff. We've got a couple more things to get to before we have Krystal's final song here tonight.
Christian Media Spotlight, Night of Hope, Red's Room. What a great idea for Christian community. And Jesus says, where two or more are gathered, there I am. So we know that Jesus is a big part of this Christian community that you guys are all a part of. I'm kind of sad that I can't be a part of it all the time. I do have a crazy schedule with ministry and music. I'm all over the place Monday through Saturday. But I try to tune in when I can and check out some of the songs, check out some of the videos, and make comments when I can. And I'm still going to be a part of it throughout the year. I'm glad you chose to use the song You Are Love, because that's actually one of the very first Christian songs I ever wrote. I actually believe it is the first Christian song I ever wrote. And at that time period, I was kind of stuck coming to know Christ with where I was in the music industry. Just kind of was putting all that down and with the words. So I'm kind of glad that you're using that song for tonight's celebration.
Oh, Joe. Oh, there you are.
I'm right here.
There I
That's
am.
first pick. We will definitely hear a song. I don't have it queued up. We'll definitely hear a song from Chris as we roll throughout. What part of PA is he from? He is from Williamsport, I believe. I want to say. I want to say Williamsport because it's near where the Little League World Series usually is. I want to say it's Williamsport, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but I do believe it's Williamsport. Yeah.
We might quote you.
Wouldn't be the first time. Speaking of which, it wouldn't let the anniversary go by without the animal antics. Good evening, Blue. It's like you had to be in humor. Why? I do it on my own terms. Yes. I used to live up that direction. All right. Up north. I used to live up. How far away from Williamsport are you, per se? Yeah, so we'll definitely have a few more songs before we slide on out of here. Krystal's got one more standing by as well tonight. And there goes it again. Oh, it's that kind of night around here, but we're having fun. We're rolling through it here tonight on our program. Here's what we're going to do tonight in our last little bit of time here. We're going to play a tune here in just a second. One of our last tunes. I saw, what was it? Rusty. I saw Rusty in here a month or two ago. Or no. Actually, we'll do this one. We'll do this one from Scott DeClaire Jr. coming up in just a second. So we'll do Scott DeClaire Jr. here in just a moment here on our program. So don't you go anywhere. Plus, we'll have one final tune from Krystal, and then we will get our closing prayer on the way, and we will definitely preview what's coming up here throughout the next couple of days here on the Night of Hope anniversary celebration. This is only the first of 4 nights of sharing hope through worship. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. So yeah, don't go anywhere, folks. Right now, here is a tune that we are sharing for you. One of our Spotlight or community members. I live 2.5 hours away now, but it used to be more like an hour-ish away. I guess it's not that close, but close enough, I guess. I've been there several times in my life. Good stuff. But yes. Marion says, yeah, the retired Baptist preacher that led me to the Lord was from Williamsport. And Marion, you are from the Pennsylvania area as well. Yes. Speaking of which, so we have Scott DeClaire Jr. closing us out here in just a second, along with Krystal. We have one more song because we don't want to override Red's Room too much tonight. So we'll have it in a minute. Right now, here is a song and a tune that one of our Spotlight community members, Cindy, wanted to share with us tonight. She recorded this little clip to share with all of us tonight. And so here it is right now as we continue our 5th anniversary of Night of Hope as we are sharing hope through worship, our 63rd edition tonight here on this Friday night. Good to be with you all as we're sharing hope through worship. Here's Cindy with a great classic tune for you.
In the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, in the morning when I rise, give me Jesus, give me Jesus, give me Jesus. You can have all this world, give me Jesus. When I am alone, oh, when I feel alone, oh, when I feel alone, give me Jesus, give me Jesus, give me Jesus. You can have all this world, give me Jesus.
The classic Give Me Jesus right here on Night of Hope. She says, I'm sure I butchered the lyrics and forgot half of them. I had no coffee at that point. It is fantastic. Thank you, Cindy, for saying that as part of our Night of Hope festivities tonight. Miriam says, oh, Cindy, beautiful tears, Miriam. Hi, all. Misty, hello. How are you this evening? It's fine. Friday.
Top of the evening
Great
to you.
songs. Top of the evening. Yes. Hello, Jose. Great song, says Jose. Right now, here is a tune from Scott DeClaire Jr. I believe is the one we are airing now with our last song tonight. And then, yes, Krystal, you've got definitely one more tune to share with us tonight. Am I right? You might have one more up your sleeve.
Yes. Right? Oh, yes.
Okay.
I've got stuff up here. Yeah, we're good.
You got stuff up there.
Yeah.
See, I don't really have stuff up my sleeve because, well, I don't really have sleeves. I'm full of bad dad jokes too. It's okay. Those who have been around me for the last 1,200 and some shows are probably used to that by now. Anyway, right now, here is the great Scott DeClaire Jr. You see, he was part of our Night of Hope live series. Of course, we've been doing these in collaboration. We've done a couple on our own. We've done these as well in collaboration with Red's Room Entertainment. These live broadcasts. We've done a few in California. We've done a couple in Washington and Idaho. We've just got done last week, of course, with one in Texas. It was a huge success. And of course, last summer we did one in Michigan. That's right. We did one where we actually got a chance to meet our next musical guest here with a contribution to Night of Hope. It is Scott DeClaire Jr., and here is the tune, Get Back Up. Of course, he was part of our great conglomeration of, there's my 25-cent word, great conglomeration of artists that were joining us in Michigan. We are going to make a return trip to Michigan this August for another Night of Hope live celebration that will be done in conjunction with Crazy Blessed Worship and Red's Room Live. That'll be in August. And of course, October, we'll be coming to you from the great Bristol, Connecticut for a live event as well. But here's Scott DeClaire Jr. Krystal Craven will have another tune coming up in just a few minutes from right now. Here's Scott DeClaire Jr. Here's Get Back Up. Oh, Miriam. Oh, Miriam. You don't want to see what's up my sleeve.
I've been knocked down, broken, bruised, beat by my own hands. I got enemies hating me. I didn't stand a chance. I've been cast down, all alone, stranded, left for dead. I couldn't let defeat bury me, but I'm not done yet. I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna
strength comes from above, so nothing's gonna hold me down. No, you can't hold me down. I haven't walked these broken roads, and I got scars to show. You've been with me, I believe, everywhere I go. You will carry me to victory. The battle's in your hands. You make me tougher, stronger, and I know you're not done yet. I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna rise again. No, nothing's gonna hold me down. I'll never give it up. Oh, what can stop me now? My strength comes from above, so nothing's gonna hold me down. No, you can't hold me down, 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 down. And I'm gonna get back up, gonna get back up again. I'm gonna get back up, gonna get back up again. I'm gonna get back up, gonna get back up again. I'm gonna get back up, gonna get back up again. Come on now. One time I'm getting back up. Two times I'm getting back up. Three times I'm getting back, and ain't nothing gonna hold me down. Four times I'm getting back up. Five times I'm getting back up. Six times I'm getting back, and then seven never held me down. I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna rise again. No, nothing's gonna hold me down. I'll never give it up. Oh, what can stop me now? My strength comes from above, so nothing's gonna hold me down. I'm gonna get back up. I'm gonna stand my ground. I'm gonna rise again. No, nothing's gonna hold me down. I'm never giving up. Oh, what can stop me now? My strength comes from above, so nothing's gonna hold me down.
Scott DeClaire Jr. and Get Back Up, a motivational, kind of a fighter song there. Yeah, it's not about how many times you get knocked down, it's about how many times you get back up. Scott DeClaire Jr. right here. Oh, did you have trouble commenting on Facebook there, Spud? Well, welcome back aboard there. Awesome song, says Mary Beth. Dancing, says Lisa. This song rocks. Love that, Scott DeClaire. It's Christy Rushing. Good to see you, and good to meet you, by the way, this last week in Texas, Sir Christy. So glad that you are here with us, whether you're watching us on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, or whether you're watching us on local television on TC Media, in the local area, and some of our local affiliates who are carrying the simulcast or on tape delay tonight. Welcome aboard. So whether you're watching us on television or socials, and you get to see fun things like that happen. It's the glory of live broadcasts and live TV. See, live means you're operating without.
It's like a magic show that's going really bad.
Now you see, Krystal. Now you don't.
Oh gosh.
Oh,
There's definitely something wrong with that camera.
Maybe, well, see, I'm glad I wasn't the only one having intermittent problems on the air tonight.
The camera is face shy.
Camera. So it's actually camera.
Instead of me being camera shy, the camera is face shy. Yeah. It sees my face and it goes, nope.
Only meaning to the word camera shy. Yeah. We're coming up. We just passed the top of the hour. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. We're closing in on the kind of the end of where we're going to stop tonight, because Red's Room is just almost about getting ready to get started, if it hasn't already, on Facebook. Our partner ministry, we don't want to overrun them too much. We will have a lot to get to tomorrow, though. Tomorrow on our program, Rusty Drake will be here. We'll have Aaron Von Graham in the kickoff show with us tomorrow night. Also tomorrow, we've got tons of new selections. We've got Jose Barajas with a song dedicated out to his mom, his late mom. You do not want to miss that tomorrow. It'll be a very touching one. Also tomorrow, just lots of incredible stuff. Let me get you to some of what tomorrow. Coming up tomorrow on our program, we will have tunes from Allison Aldrich tomorrow. We'll have Maria Seegerholm tomorrow. Rusty Drake will be with us. Ross King, Joel Vaughn with a brand new music video tomorrow. He's been with us for a long time now. Jose Barajas. Of course, we'll have Lee Stevens coming up tomorrow. Tate Emmons, Bill Walden. And of course, we will have an ASL performance from Jolyn Strickland, who's been a blessing for us in this last year or so. We will have that for you. All that and more coming up on night 2 of our anniversary celebration, coming at you right about 3:15 Eastern time, 12:15 Pacific will be our kickoff show with Aaron Von Graham. Assuming we can get on the air on time tomorrow. 4 Eastern.
We should definitely say if the Lord wills on that one.
If the Lord wills on that one and doesn't decide to pull a 180 on us and pull a fast one. 4 Eastern. The Lord likes to have humor with us. 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific will be our main show for 2.5 hours of Night of Hope. And that will be a hard stop because I'll be in front of your screens for a lot tomorrow, because I will be pulling double duty and hosting the Saturday edition of Red's Room thereafter at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific time. So I'll be with you a lot tomorrow, but it's Night of Hope anniversary weekend. Love your hair, Miriam. I want to get my hair done purple sometime. She said,
"Where are you at? Let's get together."
It's the levity you asked for, Krystal.
Yep. Hey, laughter is a good kind of medicine, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joyful heart.
Oh yeah, cameras don't like me either. They terrify me.
Oh.
She's done well with them anyway. You've got one more song before we bring this one, this little bit of abbreviated night to a close. What is this last little number that you have to share with us tonight before we start out here for night 1 of our anniversary show here?
So this is like a major throwback, because this is the first song I ever recorded in studio.
Oh.
Yeah, and it's been, like 10 years. So yeah. But I love this song. It's one of my favorites. I'm actually thinking of like redoing it a little bit or doing an acoustic version and then putting that out. But it's called Here I Am, Send Me. And it is straight from scripture. It blends Isaiah 6's or the vision that Isaiah had in Isaiah 6. And also in Matthew, we're going to go with "It is written" because I can't remember the reference. Where Jesus said that the harvest is plentiful, but the labors are few, and to pray to the Lord of the harvest to have them sent out. And so it kind of takes that blend of what Isaiah saw of being in the temple and it being filled with the glory of the Lord, and that moment of like, woe is me, like I'm a man of unclean lips and I'm in the presence of a holy God, and just that brokenness and that realization. But then when the angel came and he was told to touch his lips with a coal from the altar, and there was an atonement. And then he hears God say, like, who's going to go for us? Like, whom shall we send? And because of that atoning act right there, he went from woe is me to here I am, send me, like, I'll go for you, you know? And it's just such a beautiful foreshadowing of the gospel in itself, that we can't do anything on our own. And when we try, we totally mess it up. Maybe that's just me. But having the atonement of Christ, like we are standing in his righteousness, or like clothed in his righteousness. And it gives us that boldness and that confidence to be able to go, yep, you send me, you call me, you're going to equip me. And I just need a ready and willing heart and a faithfulness to go. And so it's kind of an anthem and a cry even of like, just wanting to have that ready and that willing heart when God says go, to just go. And so this is called Here I Am, Send Me.
Krystal Craven here on, we might want to.
Oh, no.
At least it happened before we started the song.
For real.
Oh, it's Krystal Craven right here, right now, as we bring night one of our anniversary show to a close tonight, as we're celebrating 5 years all weekend long of sharing hope through worship. Here's Krystal Craven now.
You are so holy.
we lost the picture. Oh, the joys of live anything. And magic. Wait, I can't hear you, Joe. Is that just me?
Right,
Maybe.
there we
Did you
go
mute
live.
yourself? There you go.
There we go. You said that so well as far as just, here I am, Lord, send me. No matter what happens, no matter what things we face, no matter what tech glitches happen, the work is plenty, the laborers are a few. He wants people with a servant's heart that are just ready to just be the hands and feet as much as they can. Doesn't mean we're going to get it perfect. Doesn't mean we're always going to get it right. But we're always striving. We're always striving to keep going. We're striving to keep improving. So,
well, the beauty of that is like it's a striving to abide, and then the fruit and the outflow is all Him. You know, like I'm reading in Colossians right now, and something that was so cool is the beginning of chapter 3 when it says to set your minds on the things above. That verb for set your mind is in the passive voice, and the I wrote it down. Is it the imperative? Yeah. So it's a command to do something, but the passive voice, just like the verb, right? It's a present tense. It means that we are like the co-operator of that verb, but the active person doing it is God. And so it's so much less of a striving, like where we're like, oh, it's a rule we got to follow. It's like, no, we're abiding. We're letting God do His work in us, and we're cooperating with Him in it instead of kicking against the goad and just being like, no, God, don't want to. I want to use my free will to do what I want. You know, it's that partnership and coming alongside with the work that He's actually doing in and through us. And it's so much less stressful when we stop striving to do it ourselves and just let Him do it through us.
Cindy says, Krystal, a heart to heart with you would be lovely. And God bless everyone, says Miriam. Thank you, Joe and Krystal and team, for all you do. Well, you're very welcome, Elizabeth. Wherever you are, we are going to let Red's Room do its thing, but we're going to give you a list of names here in just a second of all the talent that we've mentioned that bring this show possible and help lighten my load, and it takes a village to make this thing happen. We'll show you a list of those wonderful, blessed people that are a blessing to us here in just a few moments. For right now, wherever you are around the world, it's time for our closing prayer. And I thought, since we have a special guest here co-hosting, don't mean to put her on the spot or anything like that, but Cindy is asking for prayer for her son's girlfriend's mom. We definitely will do that. Don't mean to put my co-host on the spot, but Krystal, do you want to do us the honors of leading us into our closing prayer this evening?
Yes, absolutely. All right. So Cindy's, it's her son's girlfriend's mom.
Girlfriend's mom, it looks like, is the prayer.
All right. Oh, well, Heavenly Father, thank you. Thank you so much for, so much. But first and foremost, for sending your son, Jesus, to die for us. God, that we are able to commune with you, to connect with you, to share that unity that you have always shared within yourself as Father, Son, and Spirit. That we're able to approach boldly to your throne of grace and make these requests. God, you're absolutely amazing, and your love is so unfathomable and yet so personal. And God, I thank you for the time that we've gotten to have to hear from people and their experience and how Night of Hope has impacted their life, how you have used Night of Hope as an instrument for your glory in their life. God, it's so amazing to be able to shout from the rooftops the wonderful things that you've done. And God, we do want to lift up Cindy's son's girlfriend's mom. God, you know the details there with what's going on in that situation and what is specifically needed in prayer. And God, I know we don't even always know how to pray sometimes, but your Spirit intercedes with groanings that are beyond words. And God, I pray that whatever's going on with that you would be in the midst of it, and that you would provide grace and God, use the trial and the things that go on to refine, God, and that the tested genuineness of the faith would just be pure as gold. And God, just for strength, for endurance, for you to be glorified in all that entails that situation. And Lord, for everyone that's tuning in, that will tune in the future, God, I pray that you just minister to all of our hearts as we continue on in this Friday night and into the weekend, that we would be mindful of you, that we would wake up and recognize the new mercies that you give us every morning, that we would greet you and set aside that time to be still with you, to meditate on your word, to cast our cares before you, God, and be able to bring our thanksgiving with it. God, that you would continue that work that you've started in us and growing us, maturing us as we grow in your grace and your knowledge, and growing in our understanding and our ability to forgive, God, the way that you do, and to love people the way that you love them, to have compassion, God, and that you would increase and that we would decrease, that we had talked about our own pride and our own selfishness. God, would you help us to see beyond the nose of our own face and to be your hands and feet, to be willing to go where you send us, and to be able to outdo one another in showing love, God, and putting others above ourselves, and seeing ourselves rightly and not thinking more highly than we ought to. And God, I pray also for Red's Room as we're jumping off and they're jumping on, Lord, that you would be with their night as well. And for the rest of the celebration weekend of Night of Hope, that that you'd go before it, and with or without technical glitches, God, we pray that you would be glorified, that your body and your church would be edified, and that it would just be an awesome time to celebrate the things that you have done and brought us all through, and just be able to encourage one another and to celebrate. It's a time to rejoice, God, and we want to rejoice together. And we pray all of this in your name, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that lovely prayer. And yes, prayers for all the unspoken needs as well. Apparently, we're finding out she is in surgery for appendicitis. Oof.
Oh, man.
That is no bueno. That is not
Owie.
fun.
Yeah.
You still have that organ at least, right?
Me? Yeah, I got that one.
You got that one. Some others maybe not, but I got that one still.
Yeah.
That one hasn't decided to leave yet. I'll borrow a line from Kat Lee. Yeah, that one hasn't decided to leave yet.
Oh,
man. Oh. Well, we definitely appreciate you being here, Krystal, and just your support over the years. And, you've been a great support not only to, Red over at Red's Room, but us here at Night of Hope as well. You've been there for different things whenever we've needed it, for promos, for just here co-hosting like this, songs and submissions and talented video editing and talented Night of Soap submissions too, might I. Been there for those too. I guess that's the final question. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you seriously for all you do. Thank you for your flexibility tonight too. Favorite thing about video editing, if you could summarize it up in just a little, what's your favorite part about just getting to create a video edit as you are known to do with some of your submissions that we have seen in the past little bit here?
It's like a whole creative process. So I like being able, like for music videos, I like being able to like edit the timing with the song and like cool transitions, and multiplying myself is always a fun thing where I can harmonize with myself or be on multiple instruments, and like things where I'm like, if I could clone myself, that would be cool. The next best thing is editing myself into one scene. So that's what I do. And it takes like the song creation too, like process where you could like do all the different tracks and add all the things in production and then like turn it into a visual thing. And yeah, I think it's fun. Because why not add other things onto the plate, right? Like,
well, why not? Why not? How do you think the world would respond if there were like 3 different Krystals?
They'd probably laugh at first, then maybe cry, and then be like facepalm, like, oh my gosh, she doesn't stop talking. She asked so many questions, and now there's 3. It's like, no, there's not 20 questions. There's now 60.
The world probably would not be ready for about 3 of me. That is totally for sure. I'm glad he made us all one of a kind. Miriam said, I had mine removed.
Oh gosh. Your appendix had gangrene?
Oh.
That's a good thing they can remove it and you don't die.
That's true. Krystal
Right?
Craven was such a great pick, so inspiring and insightful. You're inspiring and insightful.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks all to have a part in everything that goes on in both ministries, and you're welcome for being so involved. For all that have been involved in this last little bit, we love and appreciate all of you. Krystal, thank you for everything you do. Thank you for joining us this last bit of time, and thanks for your flexibility today. Thank all of you for watching as well. If you like what you have seen tonight, we got a lot more where that came from, a lot more tomorrow. 3:15 Eastern Time, 12:15 Pacific Time tomorrow night. We'll have Aaron Von Graham for the first 45 minutes of our show tomorrow night, where he will share some songs like Krystal did. We'll ask him a few questions as well along the way. And of course, I do believe Spud will be by at the top of our main show at 4 Eastern, 1 Pacific, where we'll roll through another at least 2.5 hours of music, of stuff, a lot to get to. I mentioned a lot of those names already that we have coming up tomorrow, so invite your friends, join us as we continue the celebration of our 5-year anniversary of sharing hope through worship here on Night of Hope, our 63rd night number 2 of 4 nights. It's going to be a big one tomorrow, with a big main event day tomorrow. And of course, I will be joining you on Red's Room coming up tomorrow night as well. I'll be your host for that, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, where Glendale Griffin and Rachel Durbin and a few others will be live tomorrow night as my guests. So make sure you join us tomorrow for that. Okay. We will slide out of here. We've overran Red's Room for the first half hour enough. So facebook.com/groups/Red's Room. That's the place where you can join in for to see Spud and a lot more of us coming up. All right. For all of us here, thank you for tuning in for the last 5 years. I know I can't be here. We'll have the replay. You'll be with us in spirit tomorrow. Everybody who can be here, let me see more. God bless you, Krystal, says Miriam.
Oh.
She says she was awake during that operation, by the way.
Oh no.
Not me. I'd be like, you're gonna no.
Yeah, anytime I've gone in for procedures, I'm like, I don't want to remember this. You give extra, whatever you gotta give.
Just knock us out, whatever, so we can just wake up and it's done. That's fine. Just
yes.
Yeah. All right, everybody, for all of us here, for the one and only Krystal Craven from a couple states down in California, Joe Neal here, reminding you all to love each other tonight. It's important. We will see you back here tomorrow, 3:15 Eastern, 12:15 Pacific, as we share hope through worship once again, as we continue the 5-year anniversary of Night of Hope. It's the only way we can. We're trying to do it justice in the best way we can here this weekend. Hopefully we've done an okay job of it on night 1. We have lots to look forward to over the next 3 nights. Thanks so much for being here. We will see you back here. God bless you. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow night, night 2, for our 5-year anniversary celebration on Night of Hope.
Sliding out.